What's going on, guys? So right now I am in Hobby Lobby. I wanted to make a video real quick as a beginner to the Gunpla hobby. I wanted to make a beginner's guide type video from the perspective of a beginner. So I've watched tons of videos on YouTube, all great videos, but there are some things that I believe like could be left out, because really as a beginner, someone who's just getting into the hobby, someone who's even just interested in, dipping their toe, seeing what it's all about, they don't necessarily need as many details, as many products even to get started. And now that we're in a Gunpla aisle, I want to show you the only thing that you need to get started, and that's literally one of these cutters. Now, these are specific to plastic models. You see that even in the picture, it shows an example of it. Obviously, this works for not just Gundams, but they have model cars, model planes, and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to Gundams, there are, once you get more into the hobby, there are better cutters than this, better nippers than this. But just starting out for $5.99, you really can't go wrong. This can pretty much do it all. Like even cutting the plastic from the actual, cutting the plastic from the runner, and also cutting the little nubs off of the plastic part. This is a pretty good job of it. Now, it does leave stress marks most of the time. So again, once you get into the hobby and you actually start buying better products, you look for better nippers. But just starting out, this is all you need. Now, second, one of the things that I use the most are these Gundam marker pens. Now, these are the thin tip, and I usually mainly use gray because of the white parts of the Gundam. Gray works on other lighter colors as well, but for the most part, the main colors you'll need is gray and black. They don't have black today, but black would be one of the other colors. Again, these are $3.99 here at Hobby Lobby. The black one and the gray one to start off. Brown, I know some people say to use on yellows. I'm still exploring what color is best for yellow. Brown hasn't been the best for me, especially for the RX-78, the chest plate area. I just don't like the way the brown looks on there, but brown does work perfectly on reds. It looks really good on reds. I've used it on what's it called, the Char's Zaku 2. I don't have the real grade. I have I have the high grade, and I actually used the browns on a lot of the reds, and it came out really well. But for the most part, as a beginner, if you just even have a nipper and the gray and black Gundam markers, literally get these, come and grab you. I would even recommend a high grade of some sort, and then you're done, right? But as far as the tools and equipment, literally that's all you need to get started and you're ready to go. As a bonus item, if you happen to not even need if you have glasses, you're probably fine. But if you're somebody who doesn't wear glasses regularly but may need additional you need to see more clearly, maybe the parts are really small, you need to see more clearly, this headset has been very helpful. I bought it because this is cool, but I kind of wanted to make sure that my workspace was a little bit more free, more clear. This has helped me a lot, especially when I'm dealing with stickers or very small parts, panel lining certain areas, mainly the stickers though. I will say the stickers, because you want to get it really on point. If it's a certain corner, a certain area, a certain angle, these have helped so much. They have this lens in the front. Now the magnifier, don't ask me for all the details. I flipped through them to kind of see what exactly works for the project I'm doing at that time. But for the most part, you could just put them on. I didn't even read the instructions. I think they need batteries. I think it's AA batteries. It's either AA, AAA. I think it's AA. There's AA batteries. It doesn't need batteries. It does not come with batteries, but it has a light on the top of the head, which is helpful as well as 2 additional lenses aside from this magnifier glass. And it helps to see things a lot better when you're dealing with small parts. So that would be a bonus item that I would recommend for beginners in general. Even if you don't get anything else in addition to the Gundam markers and the nippers, this is another good product to buy as well. Now that you have the tweezers too, tweezers are also a good optional thing that you could purchase. They do come in handy with like stickers, especially with stickers. I know some people do recommend toothpicks. Tweezers have worked for me, but you just have to make sure you use like the very tip edge of the tweezer, or else the sticker, I haven't ever gotten a sticker permanently stuck on a tweezer, but it does make it difficult. But also tweezers are good for really small parts that have to go into small areas that your fingers can't access. The tweezer can keep it sturdy as you press it in. Sometimes the tweezer is even good for pressing things in firmly. So that could be an optional tool that you want to get, but just check that out. All right, so you might have noticed they're actually having a sale this week. I learned that Hobby Lobby, I believe, has, if you have a Hobby Lobby in your area, they have a sale on model kits in general, 40% off every 2 weeks. So if you're somebody who's into model cars, check that out. Model trucks, planes, trains, whatever, check it out. But you're clearly here for Gundam, and this Hobby Lobby happens to have a few options. Now, they have had some really good master grades in the past. I actually have a couple of those, and stay tuned to my channel if you want to check those out. But you see here they have the RX-78 version 3.0. I'll be uploading a video on that. But for beginners, we're talking about beginners in this video. Beginners, for me, I found that high grades are just very user friendly. Especially if you're just starting out. Now, this one has a lot of pieces. I probably wouldn't recommend this one specifically, but as a high grade, I don't really see how you can go wrong. Now, truth be told, I'm only like a month into the hobby, and I've learned that you can pretty much do any model kit starting out, but the most important thing that I would say about these model kits in general is just take your time. Take your time, slow down. Don't force the pieces to fit. Even if that's truly where the part goes, if it's not going in as easy as you would like, just take your time, because you don't want to have a situation where you break a joint, you break a piece, you break a part that's supposed to go into another part. You just don't want that. You don't want to even nip. A lot of people have said that in the beginning too, that they end up nipping a part that they did not mean to nip. So now the part just doesn't fit like it should, and now you have to use super glue, you have to use plastic cement. But high grade, I started out with a high grade. I started out with actually an RX-78 high grade. They don't have that here today, but that's one of the good ones. Now, the other ones I would say are really good are any type of Zaku high grade. I don't know. It was just really easy for me. Now, the tubing, many people might feel like there's a learning curve too. Now, I will say his arm cannon can be a little tricky to like attach to his arm and towards the end, so just take your time. But I would say just a regular Zaku, as far as Chars, even the green one and Chars, super easy to put together. Great high grades to start out with. But I just noticed this while I was talking to you guys, there is an entry grade RX-78 here, and I've seen people recommend this as well. You see, like, it doesn't really have an inner frame or anything like that, but it looks great. I mean, and it really gives you an opportunity to see if this is really something that you want to dive into, because honestly, doing Gundam is one of those things that, like, once you realize that you like it, it's probably going to take over your life. I mean, as a hobby, it's going to be something that you enjoy doing throughout the week on the weekends. You're going to end up in Hobby Lobby like every 2 weeks to catch this sale, or you're going to be looking for sales online. But this entry grade, let's say you're trying to get, a son, a nephew, even yourself into the Gundam hobby, entry grade is a great entry point. Obviously, why it's called entry grade. But this kit is pretty good too, because it comes with all the weapons that the RX-78 is known to have, and it's pretty color accurate. And I've even seen people online even take this entry grade kit and customize it. So that, like, I would say later on, let's say you do enter the hobby with this, you keep it, later on you improve your skills, you can actually still use this kit to even, I would say, practice some of your custom skills on for later projects. But this kit right here for $15.99 is pretty great. All right, the last one I want to bring up is the super glue. I know people usually prefer the plastic cement, but super glue in certain instances works best for me, especially as like a newbie. But I do want to advise that when you use the super glue, this one has a very fine tip. But what I do is I actually take the edge of the piece that I'm trying to connect, and I just I touch it ever so slightly on the tip of the super glue, so that I just get just enough super glue on there. That way I don't have to worry about having too much super glue on the plastic where it might deform it, or it might discolor it, or whatever the case may be. Just get just enough super glue in there so that you can connect the two. It's actually, super glue is actually super adhesive, so we don't even need that much, and it actually does cure. I think it says 10 to 15 seconds. I wouldn't mess around with it. I wouldn't move around with it too long after that, but you do get a firm grip from the super glue after 10 to 15 seconds. But again, this is one of those like beginner's tips that helped me out. That plastic cement is really good, but you don't necessarily need it right away, not for the first beginner projects. Unless you're doing like very detailed type work, I don't really see you needing that type starting off, but super glue is going to come in handy. So like I said, if you're just starting out, this is literally all you need right here. Just imagine that brown marker is the black marker, but pretty much you can walk out of here starting a hobby with just these simple tools. I mean, you don't even need the Gundam markers. I like the Gundam markers because it does add some life and some detail to all the Gundams, you know, because the panel lining, even on the flat colored surfaces, it doesn't stick out unless you actually fill it in with color. And this just helps to make a simple, easy project look a little bit more better. So honestly, I would recommend these three. You don't even need them. All you need is the nippers and the model kit, and you're good. But the markers I highly recommend if you just want to add a little bit of detail. While I'm here, I do want to like give a quick review on some of the ones I have done that I'm seeing right now. Starting out with the Master Grade RX-78. This is a great model kit. Absolutely love this model kit. It did give me a bit of a rough time, and after reading some reviews, I see why. So this one actually comes with articulated hands, and when this kit came out, I think it was 2013. Bandai was, yeah, actually it was 2013. Bandai was experimenting with like the real grade type articulated hands in a bigger, like a larger scale, and it kind of worked but kind of didn't, because there are some kits that if you purchase this, you could get a dud, meaning that you could get a pack that has bad articulating hands that even if you read some of the forums, even if you take your time to assort the fingers the way that the instructions tell you to, you can still get a bad batch of hands where the finger joints will just come out. And when they come out, they're out, you know? And I had a bad batch myself. I followed the instructions and everything. I took my time, but because of it, I actually had to use super glue. Again, going super glue. I used super glue in the joints. It was just the middle finger, in the middle finger joint, and I just let it sit. But what I did though, the trick, I made sure that the very bottom joint of the finger, I didn't allow to dry, get caked up with super glue, so that mainly it was just the base of the middle finger that was super glued to the product. And I took a pair of tweezers and I actually moved the joint a little bit so just to keep it flexible, and it's pretty much fine. Now, what I play with it, I mean, you shouldn't be playing with the model kits anyway, but that one is just gonna just sit there and look really nice. But it's a really nice kit other than that. But just be mindful, because that may happen to you. Oh, and also this red area they made into like a pivot joint. Be mindful of that too. I did end up super gluing that so that it doesn't like come in and out. At first I was trying to figure out maybe there was a purpose for it doing that. There isn't. It was just, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what inspired them to make it on a hinge. It's literally like the red, this area right here, you can push in like a swinging door. I super glued it. It's there. So yeah. This is probably one of my favorite kits of all time. It's actually cheaper. It is a high grade, but it's basically just as big as a master grade. Really great kit. Don't even ask me to pronounce it, but I love this so much. This, like, if you don't get too many other kits, man, make sure that you grab this if you can find it. When I first got into the hobby, I actually had to get this right away because actually it was jumping off the shelves. I don't know if someone else in the neighborhood loves Gundam as much as I do, but this section right here, they keep restocking this for a reason. This keeps selling and selling out. I don't know. Somebody likes it as much as I do. Other than that, oh man, this is one of my favorite high grades too. Make sure you guys check this out. The Destiny Gundam. Beautiful, beautiful, especially for a high grade. Now it does have stickers, but I don't think the stickers are that bad. The stickers are actually pretty good. The stickers go on the weapons and the eyes and the cameras. Other than that, beautiful, beautiful. Like look at the wings. So that's a separate plastic piece. I mean, you'll get a chance to check it out, but this is a great Gundam. These are gonna sell out if people know what they're doing. This is gonna sell out. I would buy a second one if I was just like, if I had no self-control, but I'm not. If anything, I'll get a master grade of this, and keep it moving. The other one I really liked was this Strike Freedom Gundam. It has the gold joints and gold hands. Really, really cool Gundam. Another one of my first few projects that I did. It's really cool. I mean, only thing that I didn't like, and now that I remember, is that the guns, that blue and I believe the red are stickers. And at that point, I was not painting, so you would have to either, if you know how to paint, but otherwise, like, just take your time with the stickers, because if they're not on there perfectly, white will show, and it just looks tacky. I wish that they did not make the stickers that way, but I do look forward to getting a master grade of this just to get better guns. So, but yeah, I love this kit. Even with the stickers, I love this kit. These two kits, like top kits for me, at least, especially as high grades. This one included. Really good kits. Check them out if you get a chance. I don't know if people are familiar with like the Zaku in general. So here's another thing too. I actually did not watch Gundam growing up. I did watch like a little bit of Gundam Wing and G Gundam on Toonami, but I really had to do my homework, and this is actually one of my favorite characters. Zaku in general just looked super dope, but this guy was like that. And what's interesting is the kits do such a good job at translating that. He's actually a little taller than the regular Zaku's on the show and the model kit itself. Now the only thing is that his saber, his sword, I think it's supposed to be a heat saber, I believe, but I've seen in the pictures that it is color accurate to that degree. But I've seen some people have like some type of orange saber. I guess that comes in like a master grade or something. But other than that, I didn't mind anything in this kit. I think the kit was perfect. Even this little orange area is actually a clear orange piece. So it actually has that type of, here it goes right here. It actually does do that really well. There is no red in the rocket booster, so you do have to color that yourself. But other than that, everything else is color accurate. It's this kit right here is like straight out of the box. Perfect. A little bit of panel lining and you're done. One of my favorite high grades as well. That was the beginner's version of the beginner's guide of getting into Gunpla, and I hope that was helpful. Again, follow my channel for more videos. I do build videos on a weekly basis, so make sure you like, subscribe, turn your notifications so you can catch some of those videos. I will be uploading a video on the RX-78 master grade. That'll be one of my first ones. Unfortunately, I did make some of these off camera, obviously, before I even decided to make a channel. So maybe I'll do like a review video on some of these, but I will make sure I post more videos of me building these kits, because this is a great hobby. I love the hobby. And you know, I'll say this for a different video, but I never knew the hobby was as straightforward as it was. When I was a kid, I'll see the commercials and I just thought it was too complex. I'm like, there's no way. I'm thinking like a model car level, and even model cars aren't that bad if you know how to paint. But dude, when I saw the commercials, I'm like, there's no way I'm ever getting a Gundam. But this is a great hobby. Very relaxing, very cool if you like, you know, mech type builds. So yeah, If this was helpful, let me know in the comments, and stay tuned for my next video.